Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Jaydee for our second episode today for our daily stock market insights. And in this video, as always, I'm going to talk about the Philippine market. The first video I created today was about the SLP token, that is the utility token of Axie Infinity, and it is currently um, experiencing a bull run, and that's because of the updates that are currently happening in the Axie world. So maybe you can check that one out too. But for now, let's talk about the Philippine market. So if this is the first time you're watching my video, I'm Miss JD. I do review stocks, cryptocurrency, and both stocks in the Philippine market and in the US market. In the meantime, let's get going. Let's talk about the index. As you can see here, the index had managed to end green today, and looks like this has somehow it broke the resistance level for our index, right? The reason why I'm saying that is because it was consolidating here at the top, and then finally it managed to cross that resistance. This is a resistance because multiple times it is trying to break that, and there was a rejection that's happening. It's like it is acting like a ceiling, so that's a resistance. And if you look to the left, at one point it was also a resistance right here on the 9th and 8th of November, and today we ended green above it, and there's also a foreign buying. So the implication of that is there's a possibility that majority of our stocks in the index are also performing well. A lot of them ended green today, and if I'm to check the different sectors, as you can see here, majority have moved forward. Overall, we have 112 stocks that advanced today, and 89 declined with 58 no change. Love the foreign buying. Okay, so except for the holdings companies, we had a slight reduction there in the daily change. But let's check that. Let's check the individual stocks that you guys are holding. But of course, I'd like to recognize those people who managed to drop by and share the stocks, the requested stocks. So, um, first, thank you, Jabon, Francis. Yes, definitely include Dito, ACEN, PX, APX for Donald, MPI, and Pure Gold for Renato. There you have it. There. Okay, so let's go check Dito first. Okay, for Dito, it was a solid green today. Not even a wick here. And we managed to end outside of our Bollinger Band. So it is starting to trigger the upper band. And remember what I have been mentioning, once a Bollinger Band is triggered, either side. For instance, this one it was triggered here. Then what happened next? There was a continuation in that direction. Okay, but at the moment, in the short term, I would have to say we are sitting at a possible resistance. But I'm not saying that we cannot break a resistance. Considering that we had a solid green today, there is a big possibility that there could be even a gap up or a continuation to the upside, because volume is here, see that, and it's solid green. Normally, if it's a solid green without any wick, there's a big chance that continuation happens. Although it's already 4 days straight of green, people might be locking in gains, no? So just in case, try to locate key levels here. Anywhere between this MA20 line and 620, I'm still okay with that. Because look at this. A few cents difference won't even matter in the long run if you really want to hold it long term. But if you're a trader, so this will give you the overall trend, right? But if you're doing it intraday, use a faster time frame. So you could negotiate at a much cheaper level, because I understand there will be fluctuations, and you can haggle at a much cheaper level. But overall, it is still a buy for me. Okay, next is ACEN. ACEN, I was able to plot our support area. It's at the 904 to 9 peso level. We had some foreign selling, so I'm thinking this is still on the bearish side. And we have to closely monitor this level here because um, we could even experience a breakdown if it crosses that line that I plotted. The reason why I plotted it there is because this one was your previous support. So we are currently challenging that support. So maybe what you can do here is observe one, volume, because if it sustains here and there is volume, next thing you need to check is if this is the kind of formation you still have in your RSI. That means it's already a bullish divergence. Price is flat, did a double bottom, and then double check your RSI. If the first point is lower than the second point, then that's a start of the bullish divergence. But your signal to enter is you have to wait for that green engulfing candlestick, right, for you to enter, because we don't know yet. Sometimes even if you have a bullish divergence, that could stay there in an extended period of time. So that's one thing you probably need to take note of. PX, PX, second day of rejection at the MA20 line. That's what I see at the moment. See this? MA20 is currently acting as a resistance. So how far are we from the top? Let's see. I haven't really checked this stock. So it has also declined significantly, and it started to recover, and it retraced, although there's an overshoot down below here. And currently this resistance, or this MA20 line, is acting as a resistance. So if you can closely monitor first, I know it could already be it could look cheaper on your perspective, but you might be able to get this at a much lower price. Could be here or here. No? So let's just put it somewhere in between 508, around that. That could be your next possible support, because you have this. There's also here nearest 5.24. So try to haggle for a few more cents below that level right now. Next is APX. Guys, the scope of my discussion here is mostly technical analysis, as I am not able to really dedicate my entire day reading the news and the chicas in the social feed of Instagrams. But fill me in. I may not know everything, but you could be an instrument of knowledge here in this channel. So feel free to drop a comment if you know anything that we can learn from, right? That information you have could help thousands of people. Wow, thousands. Okay, so APX, we had a nice green today. No? We had a nice green. There's foreign buying. So one thing to watch out for is we have to break this MA20 line. We have to cross that path for us to say that there could be a continuation. Right now, I just want to plot our support somewhere at this area. Okay, so let me refresh that. There's not much volume, see that? It did green today, but the volume is lower. So I will not be surprised if it will revisit 161. Let it stay there. At least when it goes higher, it's more sustained than just a simple pump and dump. We want volume to grow as it moves higher and higher. Okay, so just take note of that 161 level, and your other signal here is we want this to uh, cross the MA20 line. So two options: you wait for that to break out and then enter from there, or you wait for it to stabilize and enter probably around 161. Okay, so the next stock is MPI, another blue chip company, but very slow moving one. Ever since, it's just moving mostly on a sideways, right? You see that? And currently, This is being rejected at the MA20. So use your MA20 as your resistance level, and the support could be, alam mo, let me draw this. Ito. That's your downtrend channel. Pwede ba? Tingnan ko. Hindi. No. Let me expand to the weekly chart. Ayan, nag-breakdown na nga siya. Tingnan nyo to. This used to be your channel. That was your support. Each time we hit that area, there's a bounce. And then we got a breakdown here. So, ang sunod niyan, baka dito na. Lagot. Here, hindi. I'll plot it right here. Medyo malalim. Just be extra careful. 365. Okay, the reason why I said that is because I saw this. And here as well. So it might revisit the 365, but overall, that this thing is being rejected at the resistance area for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks now. First, second, and third. See this? Got rejected. So I'm on the conservative. Oh, there's also foreign selling. Medyo conservative outlook ako for MPI. What about pure gold? Pure gold. Okay, as you can see for pure gold, I think this one is starting to. This one is starting to recover. Let's put our support right here. Look at the Bollinger Band. The middle line is also starting to face upwards. There's foreign buying, although we want this volume to grow because there's still a chance that that could be rejected if there's not much volume. See this? Look at this. There's a green, but not much volume. Yeah, it still managed to do to retest that level. So try to observe 36.13 to 36.80. If you want to try do a test buy right over there, it's still within the support area. Pure Gold is still very stable, one of the more stable companies in the country. So many Pure Gold branches all over the Philippines. So strong company as well. Next one is Double Dragon. Double Dragon also did a 7.4% increase in the price. However, allow me to plot the nearest areas of possible profit taking area. So we managed to cross that. So good job here on a weekly chart. Baka dito na siya. Dito na ang next na profit taking. Mga around 1179. So if you go back to the daily, still have this. Pero guys, for those people who may have not entered yet, FOMO level na to ah. This is, sorry. This is already FOMO level. So be very careful. Baka by the time you enter, people are already taking profit. See if you enter right here, pwede pa naman, 18%. Pero medyo scary na na level because this has climbed so much since 4 or 5 days ago, and you're already at the over bought level. So it's up to you. If you want to chase that, just make sure you use a faster time frame. Next is Mary Mart. Mary Mart is also looking good. Although dito, we're already notice the candlestick. The candlestick is starting to become smaller and smaller. Parang ganito. When you reach the resistance area, it becomes smaller. Although it already crossed the MA20 line. So we will see if this is indeed going to sustain at the MA20 and create a support or babalik siya. So titingnan natin yan. Pero overall, on a weekly chart, ganda ng recovery niya. If you're able to end this week with this kind of candlestick much higher than the previous, kasi ito, this is your first trigger. That's a hammer. I think, oh, this is a hammer. This could be a bearish or a bullish candlestick. It becomes bullish if this comes out in a support area. But if that comes out somewhere in the resistance, bearish siya. That means this kind of candlestick triggers a possible change in direction. So all the while we were moving downwards, pero that triggered a change in direction. So kaya what's happening right now, most of the action is towards moving up. But the week is not done yet. Anything can still happen. Okay, so that's why I am plotting 1.86 as our support area, because they could be taking profit tomorrow and then a long wick touches 1.84 and shoots up again. At least you know that that is a possible support area. You can probably put your buy order very near that level. Okay, but look, there's foreign buying, so pwede. Possible. Tingnan natin si Tech. Tech also bounced at the MA20 line, so that's a good move. Let's just check this key level kasi there's a resistance here. Tingnan natin. But that's really, it's nice that it's starting to move above the MA20 line. So the buying sentiment is starting to grow. And look at this, there's a volume, may laman, higher than the average one. Okay, so just use your MA20 line as your possible entry point. Murang-mura pa siya. Still at a cheap level. Tingnan mo, this has dropped so much. At one point, it even reached as high as, wow, so high. Hindi ko na siya maabot. There, around 50. So, yun. Anywhere from 385 to 389 to somewhere 4 peso level, still a buy for me. Okay, we just want this to continue growing in terms of volume. But it's starting to, right? Ano pa ba? Mond? Ayan, si Mond. It recovered. May 11 million, 111 million on foreign buying. And this is your support, around 1570. See? Although there's an MA20 line here, we will not be able to just simply ignore that. That's why we had a wick today, because that is respected as a resistance. So ang gagawin natin here, actually very straightforward to. Plot mo yung ganyan. If that breaks out of that line, then that's a breakout play. Pero mas maganda if it crosses above the MA20 line. Para solid. Okay. So I think that's it. I hope you guys are learning some points or two from this discussion and apply it in your trades. Best practice I want to share with you guys is go back to my previous video and try to cross-reference my thoughts against how the market ended on that day. If it is good, if the analysis is accurate, then that kind of thought process you may apply. But if it did not move within the direction we wanted and you feel like this doesn't make sense, this just filter the ones that you feel are noise. Okay, but I'm sure some of these pointers are really working. I'm using it in my trades as well, and just apply the ones that's working for you. Know that we have a different profile, so that could also influence your POV, your perspective. Okay. So in the meantime, thank you guys for your support. I really, really appreciate those people who are coming back. I have a record. It's in my YouTube studio. I see a count of people who are repeat viewers every single day. So I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you share our channel. This is not a very well edited video. I'm just more on the content. It's really the substance that I want to share. So the content that I want to share with you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.